Good morning, students. We are discussing about plant kingdom. In the last class, we have discussed about the thallophytes and bryophytes. Now, we will see pteridophytes. The pteridophytes include hornbills, horntails, and ferns. First, terrestrial plants to possesses vascular tissue, xylem and phloem. The pteridophytes are found in cool, damp, sandy places though some may nourish well in sandy soil conditions. Structure of the plant body. The main plant body is a sporophyte which is differentiated into two root, stem and leaves. These organs possesses well differentiated vascular tissues. The leaves are small microphiles, for example Selaginella, or large macrophiles as in the case of ferns. The sporophytes bears sporangia that are subtended by leaf-like appendages called sporophylls. In some cases, sporophylls may form distinct compact structure called stabili or cones, for example Selaginella and equisetum. Life cycle. The sporangia produce spore by meiosis in spore mother cells. The spores germinate to give rise to inconspicuous small but multicellular free living mostly photosynthetic thalloid gametophytes called prothallus. These gametophytes require cool, damp, sandy places to grow because of the specific restricted requirement and the need for water for fertilization. The spread of living pteridophyte is limited and restricted to a narrow geographical regions. Sexual reproduction. The gametophytes bear male and female sex organs called antheridia and archegonia respectively. Water is required for transfer of anthrazoids, the male gametes, to the mouth of archegonium. Fusion of male gametes with egg present in the archegonium result in the formation of zygote. Development of zygote. Zygote thereafter produces a multicellular, well differentiated sporophyte which is the dominant phase of the pteridophyte. There are two types of sporophyte in pteridophytes. Homosporous, all spores are similar kinds. For example, in majority of the pteridophytes, heterosporous, two types of spores are produced: a small male macrospore and large female megaspore. Selaginella and the megaspores and macrospores germinate and give rise to female and male gametophyte respectively. The female gametophyte in these plants are retained on the parent sporophytes for variable periods. The development of zygotes into young embryos takes place within the female gametophytes. This event is precursor to the seed habit, considered an important step in evolution. Economic uses of pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are used for medicinal purpose and as soil binders. They are also frequently grown as ornamentals. The pteridophytes are further classified into four classes: Psilopsida, Psilotum, Lycopsida, Selaginella, Lycopodium. Third is Sphanosipsida, that is Equisetum, and Pteropsida, that is Dryopteris, Pteris and Adiantum. See the picture of different types of pteridophytes. Silerinella sphagnum, fern, and salvinia. Now see the gymnosperm, plants in which the ovules are not enclosed by any ovary wall and remain exposed both before and after fertilization. The seeds that develop post-fertilization are not covered, that is naked. Gymno means naked and sperm means seed. Plant body. Gymnosperms include medium-sized trees, all or tall trees and shrubs. One of the gymnosperms, the giant redwood tree, Sequoia, is one of the tallest tree species. Roots. The roots are generally taproot. Roots in Pinus have fungal association. In Cycas, small specialized roots called corolloid roots are associated with nitrogen-fixing cyanobacteria. Stem. The stems are unbranched. Cycas, in the case of Cycas, or branched in the case of Pinus, Cedrus. Leaves. The leaves may be simple or compound. In Cycas, the pinnate leaves persist for a few years. The leaves in gymnosperms are well adapted to withstand extremes of temperature, humidity, and wind. In conifers, the needle-like leaves reduces the surface area. Their thick cuticle and sunken stomata also help to reduce water loss. Development of spores and gametophytes. The gymnosperms they produce haploid macrospores and megaspores. Spores are produced within sporangia that are borne on sporophylls, which are arranged spirally along an axis to form lax or compact strobili or cones. Male. The strobili bearing macrosporophylls are called male strobili. The macrospores develop into a male gametophytic generation which is highly reduced and is coned to only a limited number of cells. This reduced male gametophyte is called pollen grain. Female. The cones bearing megasporophylls with ovules or megasporangia are called macrosporangiate or female strobili. The megaspore mother cell is differentiated from one of the cells of the nucellus. The nucellus is protected by envelope and the composite structure is called an ovule. The megaspore mother cell divides meiotically to form 4 megaspores. One of the megaspores enclosed within the megasporangium develop into a multicellular female gametophyte that bears 2 or more archegonia or female sex organs. The multicellular female gametophyte is retained within megasporangium. The male or female cones or strobili may be borne on the same tree, bisexual or monoecious, for example Pinus, or different trees, unisexual or dioecious, that is Cycas. In gymnosperms, the male and female gametophytes do not have an independent free-living existence. They remain within the sporangia retained on the sporophytes. Pollination and fertilization. Pollination by air. The pollen grain develop pollen tube on opening of ovule to carry the male gamete towards archegonia in ovules. Following fertilization, zygote develops into an embryo and the ovules into seeds. These seeds are not covered. See the picture of some of the gymnospermic plants, Cycas, Pinus, and Jingo.